No, this shouldn't have. It's not about Kyrie. It's not about James Harden. This is about the best player in the NBA. This is about the best player on the planet. If he is what everybody says he is, he will win this series.
Are you acknowledging
No. No. It is my turn. You told me I could talk.
Well, I want to make sure what you were saying, that he is the best player on the planet?
No, that's what you say.
Oh.
If he is what Skip Bayless and others have proclaimed him to be, it does not matter that Kyrie's not there. It does not matter that Harden is not there. This is Kevin Durant's opportunity to show, because he's never been asked to do this in the last 5 years. He has not played without being on a super team. He had it in Golden State for 3 years. He has another one now. So now they're going to ask Kevin Durant. It's going to be funny. For the very first time in 5 years, Kevin Durant's going to walk on the court, and all of a sudden, he's not going to have 3 of the top 5 players. He's not going to have 4 of the top 5 players. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And we're about to find out there's level to greatness, because a lot of people just define greatness as being able to score the basketball, the efficiency in which one can put it in. Now they're going to ask Kevin Durant, KD, we need 30 to 40, but we also need you to get us about 11, 12 rebounds. And also we need you to facilitate this offense and get others involved. So can you give us 8 to 12 assists? Now we're going to see. Because that's what LeBron has had to do his entire career, something Kevin Durant has never had to do. He's always had a point guard or someone facilitating the offense for him, be it Kyrie, James Harden, be it Russell Westbrook, be it Draymond Green or Steph Curry. Now is the opportunity that you said, whoa. So it's not about the other guys. It's not about who's not there. It's about who is there. And that guy that you said is the best is his opportunity right now. And this is not even a super team. I don't think anybody thinks Milwaukee's a super team. We asked LeBron to do this against super teams. So Kevin Durant, this is your opportunity to prove Skip Bayless right or prove Skip Bayless wrong.
By the way, whatever happened to LeBron James?
He's out of playoffs. Happens.
Oh, it happened? I don't know what happened to him. I was thinking the other night, where did he wind up?
You see what happened?
Did he go back to acting?
You see what happened?
I don't know what happened.
NBA, I hope you're happy. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, all some of your best players. How that's going to look, Skip Bayless? 10 of your, 5, 6 of your best. Donovan Mitchell's limping. 5 of your top 10 players. Injuries.
Don't forget Ibaka. Clippers could
Man,
use Ibaka.
No. Man, he brought him. He on the cooking show.
He was a starter.
He hurt his back lifting a cast iron pan.
He may have. You may be right. So, I will agree with you. Kevin Durant is now on stage in the spotlight. It's your time. It's your turn. But I'm going to remind you, the other team has a 2-time MVP, a guy who leads the league in PER like every other year.
It doesn't matter. You said it doesn't matter.
The other team has 2 guys who have made all-star teams in Middleton and Drew Holiday. Am I right?
Are you making excuses?
No, I'm just, we need your favorite word, context here. So he's up against a team all by himself that has a 2-time MVP and 2 other all-stars. Am I correct
so
about
when
that?
Kevin Durant was on Golden State with Steph Curry, Clay, and Draymond, and LeBron was going up against them, what did they have?
Well, who did LeBron have?
Nobody. He had J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson, Kevin Love, Channing Frye, Iman Shumpert. Okay, you want me to keep Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nash Jr. You want me to keep going?
Well, that's 6th man of the year.
Oh, hold on. Let me get this right. George Hill. So what do you think is harder? What Kevin Durant is asked to do right now, or what you asked LeBron to do in the finals?
Oh, I think this is harder. Well, it is because it's sudden. All of a sudden, they had a big 3, and they were the prohibitive favorite. And now, all of a sudden, they go home, and they're 3.5-point underdogs at home in Game 5, right?
What?
So what has happened on the fly? Well, the injury god said no to both Kyrie and James Harden. James Harden, they keep saying, is progressing. Well, I don't know what that means, because it's the same hamstring that kept him out like the second half
like
of
20
the year.
games.
Yeah. So do I trust that he's suddenly, and Steve Nash said after the game, hey, I'm not going to rush James back just because we don't have Kyrie, and you can't. You got to let him stay on his own schedule. Back.
If James Harden could go, James Harden would be out there playing. James Harden is not healthy enough to play.
Okay, so do I think Kyrie's going to have a miraculous recovery? I do not. Do I think James is going to start and play the whole game in Game 5? I do not.
Skip. Kyrie walked off the court. Remember how you say LeBron walked off the court? He should have. So LeBron,
Yeah,
so
LeBron
Kyrie
was
should be
gone
back.
for like 3 months.
Yeah, okay, well, Kyrie should be back tomorrow.
Well, did Kyrie keep playing in the game?
Kyrie should be back tomorrow. He walked off the court. You told me that LeBron.
I saw LeBron James make a shot from the corner and trot up the court, and then he was gone for 7 weeks. And I
Okay.
said, how could that be?
So under your circumstances, Kyrie should be back, what, Wednesday?
Well, a couple of weeks.
No,
He didn't keep playing.
couple of weeks. Wednesday.
Okay. Well, I hope he is, but I doubt he will be. So do you. So you think, oh, it's all about Kevin Durant.
No. I don't want Skip. I hate a lot of times playoffs of Skip about what? Injury.
Okay. So I'm going to remind you, Kevin Durant is not a point guard. He does not have the basketball in his hands
He's
dribbling
about
up
to.
the court. Well, he may have to. They're going to have to revamp their whole approach on offense in 48 hours because the starting point guard is named Mike James. And only recently he was on a 10-day contract with the Brooklyn Nets. And before that, he has bounced all over Europe. He's played in Russia. He's played in Greece. He's played in Israel. He's played in Spain. And finally, he came back to the NBA. And I think he's not bad.
Yeah.
He's fearless. But is he that good? Is he Kyrie? Well, obviously, he's not Kyrie. And so he's going to have to initiate an offense that is going to have to now suddenly be geared to getting Kevin Durant some looks that he could not get against P.J. Tucker yesterday.
What's the biggest thing that crushed players? Expectations. What are your expectations from Mike James versus the expectations when you had Kyrie and James Harden? Now the expectations are totally different.
Mm-hmm.
You're expecting him to give you 10, 12, 14 points, shell out 5, 7 assists, rebound the ball when necessary.
Okay.
So the expectations of Mike James have changed. Mm-hmm. Has he changed as a player? Just because your expectations of a player change, that doesn't make him different.
Okay. So P.J. Tucker was allowed to do a brilliant job on Kevin Durant yesterday. He was allowed to by the referees who let him play football as much as basketball.
Okay, blocked the shot. Chris Middleton blocked the shot. You didn't mention that, Skip, because I know when LeBron James had his shot blocked by Gavinia, and you just talked about it. Show that.
Yeah, it was at the Garden.
Yeah.
It was to win the game.
That was it right there, the Harley-Davidson Center, wherever they played in Milwaukee, whatever it's called.
So I would like to read a quote from Steve Nash after the game, if we could show the quote also.
Belly aching.
This is about P.J. Tucker. Steve Nash said, he's playing extremely physical and made it difficult. That's his role on their team, and I thought it was borderline non-basketball physical at times, but that's the playoffs. You have to adapt and adjust. Something definitely, in a sense, changed from the way the game was played in Brooklyn and here in Milwaukee.
Oh, you tried to
They
play
let them play football in Milwaukee, and they did not in those first 2 games in Brooklyn. And in game number 2, Brooklyn was ahead by 49 points on that same team that won yesterday.
Physical.
49
You had to hit that
points.
Olivia Newton-John on Let's Get Physical.
Okay.
How'd that work out for you, Skip?
Surprised you know that song.
I know it.
How do you know that song? That's from like the 80s.
80s
isn't
it is, Skip.
How do you know that? Let's Get Physical?
Yeah, that's what Doug said.
You actually listen to that song?
I listened to it, yes.
That's a jukebox from hell song for me. I'm sorry. That's where it belongs. So the point is that if we could see what started happening, Kevin Durant went 1 for 8 from 3 because Tuck, as they call him, was beating. He was fighting through the pick every time, and between him and Middleton, they were all up into Kevin Durant. Here are his misses. I don't know what you're doing there. And then here's Tuck. He banged him on the side and got away with it. And here he goes again on Tuck, and he runs through him and by him, and it bothered him.
Skip, I don't like the body language. You know, when LeBron James does that, you say you don't like the body language.
This is Chris Middleton.
You say the body language, Skip. You say you don't like the body language of Kevin Durant.
He looks intimidated by the physicality.
What is that, Skip? What is that body language?
Intimidated by is that not a foul? He's looking around like, that's not a foul? That was the last one in the fourth quarter. And Nash took him out after that. He went 0 for 4 in the fourth quarter and missed that 1-3, and that's a foul. James Harden gets that call in his sleep. Am I right?
Whoa, hold on. What would you say? I need you to read those Kevin Durant numbers again in the fourth quarter.
Okay, 0 for 4 in the fourth quarter. Could we now look at what he did in the third quarter?
No,
please?
that doesn't matter. You told me that doesn't matter.
He went best player on the planet in the third quarter on one P.J. Tucker and scored 16 points on P.J. Tucker in the third and cut it down to a a nice little deficit where they could have done it until Chris Middleton goes down at the buzzer and hits a bomb three, made it back to 12. It was down to 9. They had a shot
I thought
at 9.
you told me the fourth quarter is the money quarter.
Yep.
Because I've seen LeBron have great first, second, and third.
Yep.
But when it comes time to close, you said LeBron isn't a closer. He is.
Yep.
That's what you can repeat over and over, that Kevin Durant is the closer. Well, he didn't close. Guess what happened, Skip? The other night, game 3, he didn't close.
All right. I'll put my due where my mouth is. I got, silly me, I got Brooklyn in game 5 back in Brooklyn because of Kevin Durant.
I got Bucks.
Okay, well, I get the points.
No.
So I get 3.5. Well, that's what it is.
No. You at home.
What are you talking about?
You at home.
Oh, they're 3. They don't have Kyrie or Harden.
Hold up.
And by the way, I don't even know if they're going to have Blake Griffin because mysteriously he sits through the whole fourth quarter with his warm-up top on, and Steve Nash says after the game, no, he's fine. I just decided to go small. You did? He's the only guy who can guard Giannis.
Well, Skip, you talk about you going small. You make it seem like Blake is 7'1". Blake is small. Even if you play Blake at the center, he's small.
I completely agree. I'll give him maybe 6'10". I don't even know if he's 6'10".
I'm like, small. How small you want to go?
I don't know. So I don't know. Is something wrong with him? Maybe.
Does he realize that Kevin Durant is taller than Blake Griffin?
So I will take the 3.5 for 3 cases. 3.5 points for 3 cases.
You're at home. No, well, first of all,
why don't you have the courage of your convictions?
Time out. Let me get a 20-second timeout. Let's talk this over. Why would I give you 3.5 points with the best player on the planet?
Because he doesn't have any help.
No, it doesn't, Skip. He's the best player. You constantly told me.
LeBron's infamous quote, we're top heavy as you know what? Well, now they're real top heavy. They got 1 star.
What excuses did you make when LeBron didn't have AD the final 2 games? Did you say anything?
Well, he went 1 for 8 against playoff teams.
Okay, then.
AD.
Okay, so now, have that
I'll
same
take
energy.
the 3.5, but that's
you
like
get nothing.
I probably deserve 9
You'll
points.
get nothing and like it.
Yep. Come on. Well, you can sleep on it. We got until tomorrow.
Skip, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
No, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Skip.
You don't have the guts because you know you're betting against Kevin bleeping Durant.
That's what I'm saying. Skip, you don't come out here and you want points for the best player on the planet?
They're up against it at home. I don't know if they're going to let P.J. Tucker play whatever he plays.
He's playing basketball.
Sumo wrestling.
We're playing basket.
Yeah,
that's what we play. Basketball, Skip. Yeah. And tell Steve Nash to stop crying. He's trying to get calls. He's trying to already get 2 fouls on P.J. Tucker before the ball is even tossed up in the air.
I would like to see that.
Why would you like to see that? No, Skip, let him play.
Yep.
Let him play.
You're going to see a whole new offense in this game.
I want to see.
I'll take the 3.5 to 3 cases. I'm going to give these cases back. I'm up against it.
I want Kevin Durant to have the burden for the entirety of the playoffs that LeBron James has been faced with the majority of his career.
He's now going to have even more of a burden because he doesn't have all-star Kevin Love.
When's the last time Kevin Love been an all-star?
Well,
before he got to Cleveland.
Yep.
So don't do that.
Perennial.
But now, hold on. You see the concessions that you make? Now, you expected LeBron James to win games against KD, Steph, Clay.
Why are we talking about LeBron James? I don't even know what happened to him.
Because you're best player on the planet and you making excuses. You don't have Kyrie. He doesn't have James Harden.
Wait, did they pull Space Jam 2 because he's out of the playoffs?
Space Jam 2 going to be a blockbuster.
It's going to be out there?
300 mil.
Really?
300 mil.
Well, nobody's going to go see it now because he's not even in the playoffs.
That's okay.
Poor man.
They're still going to watch it.
Huh.
Bet you better do number 1 at the box office.
Really?
Over number 1, 100 mil.
There's only one Space Jam, and I've seen it numerous times.
I'm gonna go see. I've seen Space Jam, and I'm gonna see Space Jam 2, the new beginning.
I am excited for Space Jam 2. I'll put that out there. All right. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.